emphasized South Africa's commitment in addressing challenges relating to sustainable management of the world's forests. Ramaphosa was addressing delegates at the 14th World Forestry Congress in Durban. Meanwhile, experts in the forestry sector and civil society groups have called for more bold and urgent measures for preserving the already under pressure forests of the world. For more on this, we are now joined on the line by Mike Benison from the Wildlife and Environment Society of South Africa. Good afternoon, Mike. Now, do you think that people are getting enough education on the importance of our fauna and flora?
Hi, Tabila. Tabila, I think it's important that when people think about forests and forestry, they're aware that we're looking at a very complex system of social and ecological processes. So, within the ecological processes, typically one associates with forest being trees, soil, birds, bugs, pollinators, forests as food producers, which essentially are the ecosystem services that forest gives us. Yet there's a huge social component, which is a part of a forest environment, or another way of looking at it is seeing forests as an integrated landscape, which is inclusive of the ecological and the social. And in terms of the investment into both social and ecological, I think South Africa or the world very definitely needs to be considering upscaling its input. We need education across all sectors of public and private communities. We need to mobilize a much stronger people-centered approach to the conservation of both the social and the ecological.
Mike, let's look at the World Forestry Congress. What were the main issues that were discussed that organizations such as WESA believe need to be addressed?
I think in terms of the theme of the Congress this year, forests and people investing in a sustainable future. The recognition and the emphasis is clearly shifting onto how do we invest into people in order to bring about appropriate conservation of our ecological resources. Conservation really is in our ability to change and adapt to a changing world. So, looked at another way, it's how do we build resilience within our communities? And by building resilience within our communities, we build resilience within our natural environment. We need that resilience and we need to be able to change in order to survive.
Mike, what is your organization doing to promote the importance of forests?
WESA has a number of projects around South Africa. It's a national organization. We have very specific forest-related projects on the Wild Coast. Those projects are primarily designed to bring an integrated landscapes approach to the conservation of forests. So it's investing into schools, investing into people, building capacity at a community level, at community association level, at traditional leadership level, and then moving into the government sector and building capacity in those sectors to bring about improved management of the resources. Outside of the Wild Coast, we're working within areas, some of the biosphere reserve areas, and again it's around how do we maximize the natural capital of these areas for sustainability.
We'll have to leave it there, Mike. Thank you very much for your time. That was Mike Benison from the Wildlife and Environment Society of South Africa, giving us the latest on the 14th World Forestry Congress in Durban.